I thought I'd start off the video by talking about the gear that I'm going to be running tonight. I'm going to be running a Leap L6 from Rix with an LRF mounted on the side of it and a Pocket K2 scanner. I'm going to be shooting some Hornady SST 123 grain bullets loaded by Drotail Armory and Starline Brass.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
And here you can see the tripod gear that I'm running for the night. And Carpet Mephitis. When there are no hogs around, I'll go after some of the other varmints. In this case, I'm going to be going after skunks tonight. Now this one that you see, I managed to spook it with the truck, and then after going after it, it is not letting me get anywhere close to it, and so I've been following it around the field. And as you watch in the upper right hand corner, you notice that there's some distance that's displayed. These are all going to be about 20 to 30 yards too shy, and after the shot I'll explain this. It would appear that because the skunks are so low to the ground, I'm actually ranging vegetation that is in front of them. This little bit of trivia became apparent when I ranged the skunk using my phone and using GPS. Now here you can see I'm walking up getting video with my Rix Pocket K2 set up on its own tripod, and I've got my phone out. And I'm using an app for the Android that's called MeasureMap. It's the free version. It may be called MeasureMap Lite. It gives you start points and end points. It's kind of handy to use, but it's at this point I realized that maybe something was off. And of course notice that I am not getting too close to the skunk, because after they're shot they sometimes spray, so you don't want to walk through that spray and track it back into your truck. Alright, now to get everything set up and get some pictures. And that's a picture of a dead skunk. Well, as you saw, there was movement in the background behind me. There are more skunks in the field. Here I'm going after this next skunk. And that shot appeared to be just underneath, but scared the heck out of the skunk. And the follow-up took care of him, no problem. And here I'm getting the trophy picture with all the gear. Nothing set up too close to the skunk. Moving on to the next skunks for comparison's sake, this is the view with the Pocket K2 with two skunks there at 80 yards, and this is at 1x or the native magnification. And now moving over to the Rix Leap L6. Of course it has a bigger lens, more resolution, and a 2.8 native magnification. And it was at this point I remembered I needed to be trying out the recoil activated video feature, which I've done now. So the video started about 3 seconds before the shot. I've wounded the skunk, hit it a second time, solid hit on the third shot, and it is down. And of course the inset video is with the K2. I got my picture of this skunk for the landowner, and that was it for my night. But on the next hunt I've changed over to the Storm S3 from Rix, and I'm doing a little beaver hunting. Now if you can see this tuft of grass for a reference point, I'm going to be shooting a beaver close to it, out in the lake out at about 80 yards. Now I do get a lot of people that comment on me shooting beavers. They don't like that I shoot beavers. Well, the fact of the matter is beavers do a lot of damage, and if you're the landowner, you don't want to have these collapsed burrows next to your lake or in your dam, weakening your dam and making it impossible for you to drive near your lake, or you run the risk of sinking into some of the low areas. And I mean, look at these whole set of collapsed burrow systems. I mean, that is just amazing to me. Well, Carpet Caster had one beaver come out this evening. And as I'm tracking on them, I'm going through the different color palettes to see what's going to work best for me. As much as I thought the rainbow looked pretty good, the pink was just too much for me, so we're going to go with white hot on this. Make a couple other adjustments as a goose goes flying by. There were several geese down at the other end of the lake. Here we go. That looked like a good shot, but I don't see a body. And I don't see evidence of a body. However, when I analyzed the video, I thought this was kind of neat. Here we are in slow motion. Now this is the last frame before the shot and the first frame after the shot, and I thought this was really interesting. We're in recoil, so we've got a little bit of a doubling of the image, but there's also these white dots that's in the picture-in-picture and in the regular screen. And since I'm on white hot, I think I've captured the bullet in flight. That's not real common to do with thermal, but sometimes it does happen. This may be one of the few instances. Certainly the timing and the trajectory would indicate that this is indeed the bullet being captured on thermal. And this will be the second frame after the shot. The bullet has impacted the water. You see the geyser of water. You can also see that the rifle is still in recoil, and the recoil is impacting the scope. You can see the lines of interference to the top of the screen. It looked like it was a good shot, but again, no body. Carpe sus, my friends.